Alright, well. It's my greatest hope that perhaps, with like, another load of like the game, maybe we'll see something different for like the Brutii over here in like, the Crete. And like, the Egyptians over here in Rhodes. Perhaps we'll actually do something. Though, the main thing I want to basically hope for is basically the battles between like, the Seleucid and the Scipii over here. And, a nice little battle from these guys too as well would be nice too. Let's get into it. And by the way, I want to note that at this point we've actually gone like, 181 turns. So, this is about double the amount of turns it basically took for me to win a game of like the Julii. But, it shows how slow the CPU can be, I guess, in like a normal gameplay, I guess, here. So, we've knocked out a few factions, but there's still quite a few, like, quite a ways before somebody actually wins the game. And yes, I still have some mercenaries around, but, they'll be knocked off easily enough. Perhaps. Maybe. Alright, so. We still have, like, Julii trying to make advances into Spain. Or against, like, Narbo Martius over here. And look at that! The Germans actually managed to take Samobrovia. That's very rare to see, by the way, because usually they, like, don't take that city, like, the Gauls or the Germanians, so the Brits can at least have, like, an easier landing here. Unless it's basically under attack over here, though. And they still have a city over here, so they're not, like, completely out of the woods for, like, crossing over into Europe. Over here in the steppes, we basically have some stuff happening as well. Macedonian armies are basically sort of advancing toward, like, Campus Landing, I think. And we have, like, of course our battles basically happening over here in Anatolia. We have a Macedonian army right here, even though it's just, one unit of Greek cavalry, because why not? And I might see some stuff happening here as well at some point with, like, Brutii armies and, like, Pontus, perhaps. Down here, we basically have, like, the Scipii and Seleucid basically having fun. Maybe we'll see him push into, like, the Scipii territories over here at some point. And maybe we'll see, like, Spain do some stuff here as well. Perhaps, who knows. And of course there's new media. They're still, like, a thing. They still exist. Don't think I'm really missing anything right now, so... Nothing's happening here. Nothing's happening here. And of course, nothing is happening here. Okay, well, we got a Congo line right here. So, the Brutii are going to assemble somewhere and just, like, do their thing, I guess. And Scipii are right here, basically, like, assembled, so they'll do their thing at some point. Alright, so, the Scipii basically come after, like, the Seleucids in Egypt. They're gonna go after Memphis with their two armies. The Seleucids will probably, like, counter that with, like, a little bit of forces here. Pontus is going after the, the port here for, Nicomedia. And they're making their way down towards, like, Helicarnassus over here. So they might take that wonder base back for themselves. And they're staring down the Greeks over here, because, why not? Apparently Britannia and Spain declare themselves allies, and the Seleucids and Brutii declare a ceasefire for now. That's probably not going to mean anything, but whatever, they did it anyways. They're still under siege over here. They're under siege now over here. And the British basically come back over here to attack, like, Samobrovia and try and take it back. Though I don't think they're gonna have much luck with these, like, Germanic armies wandering around over here. Did they just lose this somehow? For some reason, they, like, lost this city, the Brits, so... Wow, they've been sort of, like, kicked off the, like, mainland. They're just, like, on the British Isles now. Look at all the pirate ships, by the way. Alright, well, the Brits have been kicked off the, like, European plane. Sucks to be them. Bit of a rebellion here, by the way. Oh, look at this! The Greeks have decided to go after Corinth. Maybe they'll be able to make a play. That could be interesting to see. Nothing happening here. Nothing happening here, but we do have the Greeks basically attacking Corinth. And of course, the Brutii are doing their Congo line thing again. Memphis is still under attack, but there's lots of Seleucid armies to basically counter, perhaps, as I said. Or, like, do more. Pontus is basically sending a nice little army down toward Halicarnassus. They may take that if they, like, so choose, perhaps. The Macedonian army here is slowly making their way toward, like, Camp Selani. Maybe they'll get there in, sometime in the next few, like, years. Julii is still attacking here, but they've been kicked out of, like, the ministry over here. So, goodbye to them. And yeah, war declared. We already knew it was going to happen. I see some changes in Egypt. I see a lot of changes in Egypt. So over here, the Seleucids basically, I think, battled with the, Scipii here a little bit. They lost Memphis, but, well, they got, I think, a substantial amount of, forces to actually throw at, like, the Scipii if they want to. There was an army somewhere here as well for the Scipii, but I think it's gone, or it's hiding somewhere. Over here, the Brits are still going after Samobariva, and we still have, like, Narmo Martia is basically under siege. They're closing in on Pontus, the Macedonian army over here, slowly. And yep, there we go. The Pontus has basically gone after Halicarnassus. We'll see how they basically do against it. Numidia is basically sort of like, hanging out. Not really shaking the boat, I guess. But not really doing much outside that either. And look at that! Greek took Corinth again. They'll probably lose that at some point, but I mean... Well, they took it for now. Nothing happening here. Nothing happening here just yet. Look at all these, like, merchants, by the way, from Macedon. I just realized, by the way, that they're all on resources here, I think. Except for this guy, so lots of resources here in Athens. So, yep, still under siege over here. And look at that, they took back their town, so... The Germanians just let us take it back, I guess. Because why not? Down over here, we basically have, like, the Scipii and the, Seleucids just sort of, like, moseying around. Getting their forces, I guess. little bit of unrest up here, apparently. Pontus is still attacking over here. Nothing really special about that. Macedon has an army basically outside of Nicomedia, so we'll see what they basically do with it. They're getting closer, but they still have to cross that bridge, I guess, in order to get to, like, you know, Campus Eleni. Or perhaps this guy's going to move down toward, like, you know, Armenia. He might attack down there, too. That's really not going to do much, but, you know, sure, why not? Now, I did notice, by the way, that, like, you know, these guys are moving around here, so maybe they might, like, you know, declare war, or, like, you know, just lay a siege, perhaps, at some point against, like, you know, Rhodes. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard for him to do, I don't think. And, of course, you know, civil disorder all over the place. Alright, well, it looks like the Seleucids basically gave the Scipii one for nothing in, like, you know, Egypt. So over here, Memphis was basically retaken. And the Scipii are starting to move their armies to, you know, to basically combat this, but, you know, they're starting to, like, you know, push back, I think, the Seleucids a little bit over here. And they got the armies to do it now. Especially since they don't have to worry about Parthia or the Pontus for a moment. Apparently, like, you know, Pontus has been knocked off of a Halicarnassus over here. So that's a thing. But the Greek army is sort of advancing on Athens over here. So that's cool. Maybe they'll take it over. Though there's a lot of Brutii armies basically coming for him, I think, so maybe not. Or at least not for long. They're sort of just hanging out there still, doing their thing. Civil unrest. And look at that. So, Germania basically decided, like, you know, we're going to take this back from, like, you know, you. So why not? They got their armies to do it to actually use them. And of course, this is still, like, you know, under siege. But look at this. Spain's actually going after Massalia. That would be an interesting take to take away. I could be, like, you know, quite interested in seeing what that basically does. Not a whole lot else basically happening on the, like, African front, by the way, but oh well. Oh, there's a rebel army that I basically have right there. Nothing to it, I guess. There's my merchant over there. So, I guess the Greeks basically preserved their army by, like, not engaging in battle, which is probably smart. Just keep Corinth and, like, you know, that's good enough. Pontus is still attacking, like, Halicarnassus over here again, so they're at least going to try to take it again. Nothing happening, like, you know, Crete or Rhodes, because, you know, islands. Let's do it. Why not? Alright, look at all the forces right here. Nice Congo line basically heading toward, like, you know, Thebes, perhaps. They'll probably have to wipe out a few, like, you know, Scipii forces over here in the process of doing that. And I guess these guys have gone away, so maybe they're going to turn south and attack the Pontus basically, like, you know, over here. Who knows? What's this army going to do, for example? Oh, look at this! Now Martius is no longer under siege. And Massilia's been taken, so Spain actually expanded their territory a little bit. That's nice. They're still under siege by, like, Germanian forces over here, the British, though. 4 turns before we find out what the fate of that one, I guess. they already took it. So yes, up here, basically, Germany took back, you know, Briva. And the Julii basically are like, you know, just sort of letting like Spain just keep their cities over here, I guess. And let's see here. The Brutii basically sort of, you know, hung around like Athens for a moment. Greeks are sort of like, you know, keeping their army away from Corinth, I guess, for now. They've kept Peloponnesus safe for a moment. Maybe they ceased fire and, like, you know, went to war right away. Who knows? They got Thebes under siege over here, by the way, so Egypt might be secure once more from, like, you know, outside threats, I guess. They'll have to basically kill off like Scipii armies for that to basically be a real thing. What's happening up here? Is that just, you know, usual unrest? Yeah, usual unrest up here. Not much else to do about that. So what's this guy going to do up here? Is he going to basically lay siege? Try and, like, you know, get back his territory to Scythians? Who knows? Unrest, 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 unrest. Unrest. Oh, that's the siege, rather. So, Britain's trying to take Alesia. They might be able to pull that off. This game is so nice when there's no merchants, by the way, to sort of, like, you know, worry about. Now, where are all these guys going to go? I wonder. Concrete is invented, by the way. Yes, Roman concrete, one of the best substances ever made. Even better than modern concrete. Alright, so, the Seleucids are going after Thebes. They have lots of armies over here. Nothing really changed there. Pontus is going after Peloponnesus again. Maybe they'll take it, maybe they won't. We'll have to see. Oh, look at this! They've actually crossed over the river here. So, Macedon has an army basically next to these, like, Pontus, like, you know, armies up here. Will they do anything with them? Well, they're gonna kill this army of, like, you know, rebels here, I guess, first. And look at that! I think they had, like, a battle and, like, you know, they lost some forces, Pontus did. So, Campus Atlantia is basically under siege now. And Alesia is basically fallen to the Brits. Probably won't be long before Thebes basically falls to, like, you know, Seleucids. And there's a few, like, you know, armies around that'll probably be wiped out soon by the Seleucids as well, because they're all coordinated and these guys are all sort of divided. Yet again, they stopped attacking, like, you know, Peloponnesus over here for some reason. Don't know why, but oh well, this just happened.
Our ships are under attack!
A trireme and a bireme going for my pirate ships. Pure defeat. Oh, we had a revolt somewhere. So Susa again. So the Seleucids couldn't hold it, I guess. And they basically lost it. Not much more to say than that. I'm not sure they're going to pull any armies basically back to basically fight this. I hope they really don't, because I want to basically see them battle against the Scipii more than, like, you know, battle against a bunch of rebels. So we got a good defender, a wall breaker, sharp, and conflict commander over here. Why not? We'll pick him up. I seem to pick up all the rebel generals, so why not just keep on doing so, I guess, is a thing. Alright, so Macedon's still going after, like, you know, Campus Atlantia over here. They got a lot of forces basically to take it if they want to. And over here, we got the plague. Lots of plague popping up in, like, barbarian lands, unfortunately. Lots of Spanish forces basically now running around over here. Who knows, maybe we'll go after, like, you know, Lebanon over here, perhaps. And yes, now I have, like, merchants again, because there's a rebel settlement! So I'll have to start pausing the recording, I guess, to, like, you know, skip turns, so we don't have to basically see this constantly. But that does seem to be the case, by the way. If you have no rebel settlements, then, like, you know, there's no merchant spawning. If you do have rebel settlements, there are merchant spawning. That does seem to be how it goes. And of course my merchants will be bought out. It appears that Thebes has fallen, by the way. And as I surmised, Spain is going after Lebanon over here. Macedon's broken off their siege of Campus Atlantia over here for some reason. They have the armies to take it, so I don't know why they're, like, you know, breaking off, but okay. That's what the AI basically does. Corinth is under siege by the Brutii, so maybe, possibly, they'll go after, like, you know, Sparta again, and, you know... Look at this! They're taking Crete! We have a battle! It's gonna be taken, perhaps. Hopefully. Please take it. Finish off the Greeks. And yes, Thebes was basically taken down here, so... Where are they going? What are they doing? Well, whatever. The Scipii were basically forced out of Egypt for the most part. They got a couple of armies around, but, you know, there's more Seleucids basically here to battle them than that, so to speak. The siege is still over here. Sieges are right here. We'll be right back and see if anybody's basically, like, you know, go out to be like actual battles that conclude. Alright, it's another turn. Macedon's finding themselves under siege in Nicomedia over here. And they do have an army over here, so perhaps they'll do something with it. Corinth is still under siege by, like, the Brutii, as is Crete. And of course they still hold roads themselves, so they wouldn't siege themselves. And yes, the Seleucids basically have a nice grasp on Egypt now. Very, very nice. Up here, the Scythians are still next to, like, you know, Campus Samartia over there, just glaring at menacingly. And we have, like, a couple, like, you know, army basically clashing over here, I guess, maybe. Interesting! Spain's come over here to Mediolanum. It's very odd that the Julii are being crushed like this, but okay. Just losing some left and right. They're still sieging up here as well. They got the armies to maybe, like, push them out. Apparently a volcano blew up in Capri over here. And Brutii and Pontus basically declare a ceasefire for a moment. So that's why, like, you know, they stopped having, like, you know, this little battle up here. They basically declare a ceasefire. But I'll probably resume in a moment. No, basically be battle again. Battle again. Is the mini going to do anything in this game, I wonder? Or are they done? Alright, we had some clashing of swords everywhere, so some stuff is happening somewhere. There's some Germanian armies basically coming around Alessia over here, so I assume they're going to be attacked there soon. Spain is still going after Lebanon. And they're still going after, like, you know, Mytilenium over here as well. There we go. Corinth has fallen. As has Kydonia. So it's very possible that the Greeks might be wiped out next, finally. Pontus is going after Seleucid again. So they might take that finally if they don't like to, you know, declare a ceasefire yet again. And it looks like the Seleucid armies basically are leaving, like, you know, the Scipii over here to their own devices for a moment. Not very smart, but, you know, AI is going to AI. They probably see Susa over here and think like, you know, let's go put that down, because why not? That's what I do. I'm an AI. Poga or Pontus and Macedon over here, I guess. Now, I wonder if, like, Pontus is actually battling against these guys over here or not. So, Brutii and Pontus are at war again. They declare a ceasefire, so they're not at war anymore. Interesting. So Nicomedia is basically safe for a moment, and Macedon can basically, like, sort of like lick its wounds for a little bit, I guess. Alright then. We see Macedon armies over here in, like, you know, Vicus Venedei again for some reason, but whatever. The Scythian army is still over here near Campus Semete for some reason. And yeah, there's no action over here in Egypt anymore for some reason. Hopefully not all sending them over here to Susa, because, you know, that's just overkill for sure. Well, let's look around. So, there's basically, like, you know, the siege over here in, like, you know, Halicarnassus. Nothing's happening here in Rhodes because why not? Crete has basically fallen. And will, like, you know, Sparta do as well. If only to move their armies basically down and do so, I think. Mytilenium has basically fallen, so, you know, Julii will basically have to take that back from the Spanish, I guess. We'll see how it basically goes for them. They have taken Lebanon, so the Spanish are making good, like, you know, outroads basically out of Spain to basically attack elsewhere. I wish I could better see these units to see if they have any bullfires and stuff like that to sort of, like, you know, throw their weight around. But really hard to tell, you know, unfortunately. Alright, onward, I guess. Alright, another turn. It seems for the most part that they basically secured themselves over here, so it looks like, you know, Spain's basically going over here to attack the Julii, perhaps. The Brutii are still, like, you know, sort of massing around Athens as always, so maybe they just want to transfer some armies over to sort of start attacking over here, is the idea. They did lose Halicarnassus, apparently, so that's finally done. And Scipii have just sort of left this territory, I guess, for now, so that's a thing. I'm pretty sure they're basically on the road here to attack, like, you know, Susa again. They just need to get down there. I kind of find a fight that Pontus isn't trying to take this city, because, you know, Well, I guess it's not really connected to him, is it? Because there's like, you know, a long mountain path for him to take if you want to get to it and such. Oh! My general was assassinated over here. Bummer. Alright, so... it appears that Spain's been kicked out of, like, you know, northern Italy again. But will it last? That's the question. They do have a lot of armies over here in Spain, so they could basically bring these over to, like, you know, do some damage against, like, you know, the Julii. Even if these are, like, you know, post-Marian, like, troops over here, perhaps, if they have bullfighters in these, like, armies, then they're going to do a lot of damage to them, for sure. Even against, like, post-Marian troops. And yeah, the Brutii is starting Brutii over here, I guess. They did drop some troops off over here, at least, so you might see like a bit more like, you know, commotion over here for from the Brutii. Perhaps from them as well, if they're not sunk, just like a little ship here. Might we see some, like, you know, attacks against Palma here? And probably there's, like, plague right here, and, like, you know, a bit of a revulsion basically going on there, perhaps. Interestingly enough, I did hear the sound of an assassin's blade. So I think someone was assassinated, though I don't know if it's my guys or someone else's. So Greek and Scipii have like teared a ceasefire for a moment. Not that that's really going to help them, but you know, why not? Will the Brutii basically come down after him? That's the thing, right? If they do, they could easily take that city, but I mean, that's bringing our guys down and basically do it. They are going after Halicarnassus again. They got the army basically here to do it with. And Scipii and like the Seleucids are sort of just like, you know, staying out of Egypt for a moment. Probably while they basically gather up here to go attack like, you know, Susa again and take that back. So revolt there, revolt there, revolt there, revolt there. Spain has crossed these mountains, by the way, so we might see some battles between the Julii and the Scipii over here in a moment. Or, you know, the Julii and the Spanish for a moment. And apparently the Germans have decided they're going to try and take Alesia here. If they can. They might go for, like, Condat Rodonium over here as well, but I guess they can do it this turn. Sucks to be them. I think that's more troops, but why aren't they attacking is the thing, right? Alright, another turn. We have a lot of buttons basically over here. So we got the eruption at Vesuvius. So the town of Herculaneum has vanished beneath the ash of Vesuvius, while a massive tidal wave in the bay has caused extensive damage to Messenia. This is certain a sign of anger from both Neptune and Vulcan, so apparently it's like a big event that happens like, you know, in Italy for the Scipii. Interestingly enough. These volcanoes, you know, they do some damage, I guess, sometimes. Alright, so the House of Scipii are at war with the Greek cities, and Germania and House Scipii have declared themselves allies. Not really anything interesting, but okay. Look at this! They're after Palma finally! Maybe they'll actually take it! Now, let's see, over here. There are armies basically running around over here, but I guess they're not really attacking the Julii, so whatever. Alesia is still under attack by like the Germanians. And there's nothing happening over here just yet, but well. Unrest basically here in like Rhodes. And of course, you know, lots of Pontus armies, like this like Brutii army over here, and like, you know, near Halicarnassus. Maybe they'll take it, maybe they won't. Who knows? Are you guys there yet? Some unrest basically here in Osca and like, you know, Carthago Nova, I guess. Alright, another turn to basically go. Still no action basically against like, you know, Condat Rodonium over here. Even though there are basically Germanian armies to attack it with. They're mostly focused on Alessia over here, so that's just what's happening. Spain has gone after Mediolinium over here again. So maybe we'll actually send our armies over here to actually, like, you know, make sure it's like taken. And Scipii are still sieging Palma for some reason. They got more troops here basically to take it with, I guess. Still no troops based around Egypt for now, I guess, so okay. Their armies is, you know, marching over here near, like, you know, Seleucia. With his army basically marching toward, like, you know, Susa basically here to basically take it, I guess. So, Germania broke their alliance of House Scipii and Julii, and they've declared themselves allies of the Greek cities. And Pontus has declared themselves allies of Macedon. Well, whatever. I'm not sure what Pontus is going to do basically if they have allies of everyone. But, okay. Maybe we'll go after the Brutii. That's good enough for them. Alright, well. They're gathering around it, but not attacking it. And apparently they stopped sieging Alessia. Have they declared a ceasefire? Yeah, they declared a ceasefire. As well as these guys, and as well as these guys. Well, that leads to the question then. Okay, so Palma was basically taken by, like, the, you know, the Scipii. So you're now owned again. And the Spanish basically going after, like, you know, Mediolinium up here. Still with their forces. The Julii have a lot of forces over here, but unless they actually use them, you know, they might get wiped out by the Spanish forces that actually attacked them. And yeah, they stopped attacking the Brutii over here because, you know, ceasefire. Well, they got a army over here, but they'll probably wait for this one before they attack Susa. All I can really say about that. And yeah, they're sort of sitting around here to, what's going on here? Why are Brutii basically marching through, like, you know, Macedonian territory up here? Maybe they have military access to do so? They plan to, like, attack, like, Pontus basically up here? You know, I have to say, those are some big armies basically near Terra over there. I don't know why they basically have them over there, but okay. So, Germania and Scipii have basically broken their alliance. Germania and SPQR have broken their alliance. Germania and Greek cities have broken their alliance. And Germania and Pontus have declared themselves allies. Alright, well. I wonder how that basically draw Germania into a war with, like, the Romans at some point. You know, at this point, like, the Germans haven't, like, you know, attacked, like, the Romans at all. But that could very well change if, like, you know, they get drawn to, like, one of these wars. Okay, so, are Scipii going to land over here at some point, I wonder? A plague-bearing army over here, of course. And of course, their army space, they're trying to take over Mediolinium over here. Apparently, they have a chance to rebuild these walls, apparently, so... interesting. Alright, let's see here. Where's the Scythian army up here, by the way? Still there, right there, it's like, you know, hanging out. There's a Macedon army over here, I guess, and over here. And yeah, the Brutii army is basically sort of like, you know, going up here for some reason. It's away from like their, like, you know, Greek base over here. That could lead to like the Greek base coming out to hit Corinth. Try and take it again. Nothing really happened there. And they've yet to basically form up an army attack Susa over here. Alright then, so Germania and, like, you know, House of Brutii and Germania and Pontus broke their alliance. Oh, look at that! Julii and Germania basically have the ceasefire, so these guys must be, like, you know, in war now with, like, the Romans. So let's go check out the lands over here. So I don't see anything happening basically on, like, you know, this front over here, so no action just yet. I wonder if these guys will actually move their guys closer to, like, the city so they can actually, like, you know, take it a little bit faster. And yeah, nothing's basically happening near, like, you know, these cities up here, I guess, for whatever reason. No one wants to visit you over here, I guess. Or you. Or even you. But at least this guy's got something coming over here for Susa. Alright, so I noticed that the British basically have, like, you know, a fleet here with some soldiers. Wonder what they're going to do with those guys. These guys basically allied themselves for a little bit. This is odd. I'm basically seeing, like, you know, an alliance with these guys. I was pretty sure we had a ceasefire just a moment ago, so was someone outlawed in, like, the Roman, like, you know, council? By the way, over here, like, you know, they finally actually attacked me over here, so maybe it'll take Susa sometime. And for some reason, the Spanish are turning away from, like, you know, Julii lands over here. Because, you know, why not? I also don't have their, you know, army base accumulated up here. And Brutii obviously have their army space over here. I don't think a civil war is possible right now for, like, you know, the Roman factions, but who knows? Alright, well, Spain's brought its armies basically back over here to Massilia for some reason. Not sure what they have these boats basically for here, but they got some troops on them. Maybe they plan to go for Corrales over here? Or just make a foray into, like, you know, Africa again for, like, you know, no real reason. The Brutii. The troops are basically all scattered over here for some reason. No idea what they're basically up to. I kinda wish these guys just get, like, you know, Susa basically out of the way already, but, no dice in that, I guess. I wonder if Macedon's gonna come after, like, this, like, general over here and kill him, or if they'll basically come down and basically knock out, like, you know, the Scythians over here. These guys are going to ceasefire again, so that's a thing. You know, I'm a little bit concerned at this point. The thing about the AI campaign is that, you know, you obviously have it sort of, like, you know, doing something, but in this case, there's nothing really happening. They're sort of, like, you know, all staying away from each other. These guys are going back to war, of course, because, you know, that's what the Romans basically do. But nothing's happening over here. And they did land some troops over here to Spanish, but I don't think it's enough to take Palma. I'm hoping after Susa falls, by the way, if it falls, that, like, you know, we'll get to see, like, some more action basically happen, where, like, you know, Seleucid might go after, like, you know, Siwa over here, possibly, like, you know, these troops over here. Maybe they might come after, like, the Brutii city over here if they can't get a chance to. Although there's no actual road basically toward, like, you know, Tarsus toward, like, you know, Helicarnassus over here. That's a thing to keep in mind. It would be nice if I actually, like, you know, attacked the Greeks and finished them off, though, the Brutii, but whatever. And yeah, as always, civil unrest. Civil unrest. Civil unrest. Will something happen? Who knows? Philosophy is for flops. Rome expels Greek philosophers after the Lex Vana loss is passed, disbands the effects and nasty Greek practice of philosophy in favor of more manly, properly Roman pursuits that don't involve quite so much thinking. Interesting. So apparently Germania's gone to war with Britannia again. Hopefully we'll see something happen between those two. So they declare, like, you know, a siege against, like, you know, Condet Radonium over here finally. Maybe they'll come after Alessia at some point. And yep, nothing's happening over here. For now. Attack me! You got the troops finally! Another turn. Interesting. The Senate and the Germanians basically like allied to each other. Is Spain going to do anything with these armies over here? Or is it going to sit here and do nothing, I wonder? They still got this under siege over here, by the way, so maybe we'll take that and then we'll see, like, you know, Gaul, or, you know, the British basically kicked off of Gaul again. These guys going to merge up, I wonder, or what's going to happen, I wonder? So, I want to note there is a Greek, not Greek army, but Macedonian army near the Scythians up here. They might attack each other, who knows? Probably not, but, you know, I just want to note there is an army up next to them. And not much else, I guess, at this point. That's all I can really note. Alright, so, the Seleucids have attacked us in Susa. And it's a clear defeat. Now, exterminate! Exterminate! Good job. That'll prevent them from, like, you know, revolting as easily. Now, the real question I basically ask myself is, will this actually trigger the Seleucids to actually do something useful, like attack the Scipii or attack the Brutii? Oh, look at that! So, Germania managed to take Condat Radonium over there, and they're now going after Alessia. Maybe we'll see the British basically kicked off of, you know, Gaul. Finally. They announced an alliance, okay. And yeah, some exterminated, so they're slaughtered still in slavery. I have to say, why are so many Macedonian armies over here? Alright, so, where will we see these guys go? That's the question. And will anyone basically come over here to visit these guys? That's another question. And lots of, like, you know, internal revolts for Germania, of course. And Plague. Revolts, 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 revolts. Hopefully nothing here flips, by the way. I don't want to see any of these, like, you know, seeds flipping, but whatever. Alright, another turn passes. And slowly my merchants are being bought out, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. Note that the British have put Condat Rodonium over here under siege again. And, you know, just still under siege over here in Lessia, so we wanted to see these guys trade cities as opposed to, like, you know, wipe them off, but whatever. The Spanish armies are not really sure what they're basically up to, but, you know, they retreat back to Narbo Martius as opposed to, like, you know, Masali over here. Ah, here we go. Maybe they're going to knock off the Scipii over here if we get a chance to. Looks like it's Macedon's turn to have, like, you know, revolts in their summits. So that's happening for them. And Aegis is still here, staring down roads, because why not? Alright, where are these guys gonna go? That's the real question. You know, I just want to say, that's a lot of Scipii armies over here. For sure. Well, they declare a ceasefire again. Maybe that stopped them from sieging, like, you know, Sardis? Who knows? Apparently Alessia stopped being sieged by, like, the Germanians, but, they're still sieging over here in, like, you know, Condat Rodonium. That's a big Germanian army over here. Will we see anything happen at all? Alright, well, I'll note that there is some armies here in Palma. So maybe Spain might take out to see if we get a chance to. Or his army right next to it. I think there was more troops than that than before, so maybe there was a battle and, like, they failed. They got less than basically under siege again, for sure. What's going to happen over here, I wonder? War declared, of course. So here's a real question. Are these guys going to go up now to basically attack the Brutii? I mean, technically they could, like, attack this territory as if they're their own because it is connected sort of to Tarsus in a way. Since they can't actually go for their own territory really to get to it. Very easily. Alright, so Pontus and the Seleucid Empire broke their alliance. And these guys declared a ceasefire. Possibly we might see the Seleucids go after Pontus, which means they could start taking their territory. Will Pontus actually go after, like, you know, Helicarnassus over here, I wonder? Look at that. So, apparently the Britons stopped attacking, like, you know, Condat Rodonium over here. But Alessa is still under siege. And Spain has all their armies basically over here for some reason. Trying to attack Palma. Going back, going forth. Where are you going? Well, apparently we're going south again. Mostly. Perhaps we'll see some clashing with Scipii and Seleucid again. Yep, they went to war again. Alright, so, Alessia has basically fallen, and the Brits have been kicked off more or less of, like, you know, European continent playing. Now, I'm not sure the Germanians can actually build boats. I've actually never actually seen them build boats, so... Can they attack the Brits up here? I'm not really sure. They can sort of like keep them fenced into like their British Isles, I guess, but will they do much more than that, is the thing. The Brutii, of course, have all their arms being like, you know, Athens here for now. They probably want to ferry these guys basically over, but I guess they don't have a boat to basically do it with. Who knows? Salamis is still basically sitting right there, I guess. And is someone going to do anything around Palma? We're just going to gather all their armies here first, I guess. Can you move their armies a little bit there? So that's the thing. They're massing armies near, like, you know, Massilia over here again. And British has still got their army base over here, I guess. Alright, so, the Ponts have actually finally gone after Helicarnassus over here, so we might finally see this fall. Hopefully, in the future. And Seleucids are saying they're use troops basically down here, I guess, to, what avail, I don't know. That's just a plague. Nothing special. Unfortunate. You gonna do something with those troops? At least Scipio is gonna do something, so Alexandria is basically under attack again. It'd be nice to see the Scipio actually foray into, like, you know, the Middle East here a little bit. If that could actually, like, you know, occur. This will probably be, like, knocked off again, and that'll be it for, like, you know, Anatolia for the Brutii again. Nothing happening here. Are you going to try and merge armies in an attack? I'm not really sure. Or you know what it probably is? They probably want to attack this army right here, but they can't because, you know, there's a sea right here sort of slowing them down. Making them unable to move. Alright, so Memphis is basically under attack over here now. And of course the giant Seleucid army train is basically making their way down towards, you know, the Scipii, like, you know, massive as well. Look at that! Brutii basically drops some troops over here, so they reinforced Helicarnassus over here a little bit. And the Greeks basically dropped some guys over here in Crete. I really hope that at some point somebody comes here and wipes out the Greeks. It'd be so easy for them to basically pull that off. Right now. Civil unrest over here. And of course, nothing's happening over here.
Leaving the army.
Well, they got more troops apparently. Hopefully that's enough to basically take out the stuff that's over here, I guess. Look at that! House of Julii and Germania have gone to war. Germania and House Brutii have gone to war. They've broken their alliances. These guys have declared themselves allies. These guys have declared a ceasefire. I think this is basically it. Germania finally maybe have gone to war with, like, you know, the Romes. And that might be it for, like, you know, Germania, or it might be it for Julii, who knows? We'll see. Nothing's happened over here, I guess. But Alexandria has fallen over here. They'll probably take it back if they send their troops basically attack, though, the Seleucids. Oh, I have a merchant again. There was a revolt again of a town somewhere. Please don't be Susa. Oh, look at that! Apparently Britain took off one of the, you know, Germanian settlements over there. Alright, so Scipii took over Memphis, but the Seleucids are coming back to attack, as well as, like, you know, Alexandria. Britain came over here to Samoriva and, like, you know, took back their town. So they more or less have their starting position, as well as, like, you know, Ireland over here. And look at that! Paphium has revolted. Like, completely revolted. So that's basically how I got my merchants again. So they're at war now. These guys are going to cease fire for a moment. I expect the Julii will basically come after Paphium very soon, but, you know, who knows, we'll see. Not a whole lot more else to see here, but apparently the Brutii are going after, like, you know, Sardis over here finally. They got the armies basically hit it, I guess. And of course, nothing's happening over here, because why not? Bit of revolt over here, I guess. Alright, well, we've gone to 220 in turns. Let's try and get 5 more turns in this episode, I guess, and we'll call it a day, so to speak, at that. And Friday I have these merchants now, so we get to watch them a little bit for a little bit. They spawn every time, like, you know, a roll of settlement basically pops up now. It's good for, like, the factions to get some experience for merchants, I guess, but really slows down the game, I guess, for me. And there we go. Julii basically sent their army to go after Paphium. And there's 4 armies basically now here on Palma, so are they going to try and take it? Or stare at mercilessly at it, I guess. Now I'm really interested to see what the Germanians basically do to, like, the Julii, because they definitely have a lot more, like, armies than, like, these guys right here. Doesn't really matter. There's an earthquake over here, apparently. It's interesting how, like, an earthquake basically affects the entire region like this. So, that's a thing. Apparently there's an army in this, like, boat up here. And there's no one in Salamis over here. You know, it seems like no one ever goes off to Salamis, which is kind of annoying. I would like to see, like, you know, the Seleucids basically landing over here today to take it off, perhaps, at some point. It looks like the siege at Alexandria has basically been stopped, but the one at Memphis is still going strong. And look at that, there's a plague in Rome. Filthy barbarians probably brought that, I guess. By the way, I assume that Julia's going to basically take, like, Paphium in a moment, so we'll just play this out for now.
Oh! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Oh, they didn't take it right away. Interesting. They have it under siege, but they have yet to, like, commence the attack. Same with over here, I guess, but whatever. Please don't tell me to plan to move all these arms based over here first. That'd be, like, a really super annoying. They declare ceasefires, but it's not really going to help them. Cyrus is now under attack over here, by the way, so the Brutii stop attacking. And will they attack over here again? They took back Memphis, the Seleucids basically did over here. Where's all the Scipii armies, by the way? Because I see a lot of Seleucid armies over here, but not a whole lot of Scipii ones. Or is that basically it? Who knows? And, revolts in Kappa Scipii, I guess. Yet again, they've yet to attack right here. Though I do see a lot of Germanian armies around here. Now, another way they could actually go after Segesta, or, like, these are Brutii towns over here. The German like, armies could. These Brutii armies might also go up, like, up here to, go after Germanians as well. Who knows? There's a few Germanian armies marched around here. And of course, the Spanish armies just staring at the Scipii ones over here in Palma. So Spain and Britannia broke their alliance. And Spain and Germania declared themselves allies. Spain and the House of Scipii declared themselves a ceasefire. House of Brutii and Germania declared themselves a ceasefire. Not just going to help them, but they're going to try. Four more turns before this basically goes off, by the way, so will it basically happen? That's the thing. Alright, well, I'll note this basically Seleucid army over here in, like, Libya. They're attacking my rebel army, but here's what they basically look like right now. War elephants, cataphracts, Greek cavalry, pestilence. Got some militia hoplites in here as well, archers. They might be going after CY right there, which would be a nice game for them. Who knows? Alright, so it was the Julii who were basically attacking Paphium, but Germania basically came down to say hi, and they basically knocked off, like, the Julii attackers, I guess. But then the Julii basically came back and, like, knocked them back a little as well, so Paphium's no longer under siege, because, parades and battles basically happening now between these two. So yeah, they're at war again. They declare a ceasefire, they declare a ceasefire. Now I wonder if it's going to happen over here with, like, Germanian, like, British. Or if it's going to focus all their efforts on conquering Rome with, like, their forces. And yeah, basically this army is basically staring Siwa in the face over here. They might, like, lose Memphis again. Or they might just, like, go hit, like, Siwa and get rid of it, just, like, for the hell of it. Who knows? Cyrus is under attack by Brutii again. Will it amount to anything? I don't know. And, you know, they're still basically up there just staring at the Macedonians. Because why not? Oh, look at this! So Pontus actually landed some guys over here near, like, you know, Scipia. And I guess they basically pieced off. But, they could actually attack these guys here, I guess. Long ago, there was a Thracian army out here in, like, you know, Crimea. Well, Pontus has said goodbye to it. And wiped it out. Alright, well. Will Pontus be the one to actually attack, like, you know, the Bosphorus up here and, like, wipe out the Scythians? And of course, ceasefires are declared, but they won't really matter for anything. And Memphis has fallen again, but whatever. You gonna attack Siwa over here, or what's gonna happen if these, like, you know, armies being such? And what's gonna happen in Palma? You ever gonna take this or attack it? Like, look at all the Spanish armies basically, like, just try to get to Palma here, I guess. Lots of German armies up here too, I guess. And not a whole lot to say, I guess, at this point, so... Well, we've hit, like, turn 225. I was hoping, like, you know, more would basically happen at this point, like, you know, the playthrough, but at least Germania is basically now at war with, like, the Rome, so... Perhaps we might see these guys basically, like, you know, waltz up to basically attack them. Like, I got a few, like, guys basically coming up toward this, like, direction at least. And over here. So where do things stand at this point? Alright, so there's all the factions that are currently in the game. If I wipe out, like, you know, the Scythians, the Greeks, and Numidians, and Senate, there's basically all the, like, you know, the real players right now. I think the weakest is probably the British right there. No, it's basically Egypt. They used to be wiped out too. The weakest are probably, like, the British right now because they really don't have that much, like, you know, basically to, like, you know, battle the Germanians. Julii isn't doing that much better because they've still been, like, isolated in Italy all this time, even with the Marian reforms. That's not them. Nope, that's not them either. Pontus is next right there, and then we probably have, like, Spain. After that, we have Germania, Macedon, Brutii, the Seleucids apparently, so they got ahead of the Brutii there, and Scipii. It's interesting how the Scipii are doing it the best here, even though, like, you know, they're technically usually the weaker faction. But because I guess they have, like, Egypt right there right now, they're doing really well. So, if we basically take back, you know, these summons from, like, you know, Scipii, then the Seleucids will probably be back on top. Alright, so diplomatic standing. Right now, basically, like, you know, Rome's basically at, like, you know, odds with, like, you know, most of these factions. So basically you have, like, you know, all of, like, you know, Europe basically under, like, you know, enemy status right here. As well as all of, like, you know, the Middle East basically over here. I think the only one who we're not really enemies with right now is Macedon. That's basically it. Just Macedon. Macedon, for their part, is basically still, like, you know, allied to, like, you know, Pontus. And they're technically at war with, like, you know, Scipia, but they aren't really attacking it. Pontus is basically also, like, you know, was at war with, like, Scipia, but they have, like, the Romans to focus on now because, you know, they're basically, like, at war with them. Egypt is basically right there. There's, like, you know, hanging out. Greece are basically more or less in the same boat over here in, like, Sparta. The Seleucids, they have Rome as an enemy, and that's about it. So they're actually pretty, like, in a good position to actually battle these guys a little bit, I think. Germania is sort of in a similar position, but they have the, you know, the British base to worry about, so they might cause some issues, but they are allied to like, you know, Spain at least. And Spain is, of course, also, like, you know, allied to them. Not against, like, the British, and, like, you know, this going against the Rome over here. It should be also going against the Scipii, but, you know, I guess they, like, you know, ceasefire for a moment there. The British basically have their issues in trying to get back onto, like, you know, the continent, but, you know, we'll see if they can basically pull off anything more than that. Numidia is basically allied to the Seleucids, but, you know, they're sort of like just sitting around just not doing anything. Same as Scythians, but they're like in a more like, you know, they're dead basically. Alright, well. So territorial ranking, by the way, just to sort of like, yeah, check this out real quick. There's like 1. And Greek's also at 1, by the way. But let's just see where the Romans basically, you know, stand here right now. So yeah, I think you need like, you know, 24 like territories in order to like get anywhere close to civil war status. The Scipii are the closest, but they aren't really getting that quickly towards it, I guess, right now. Anyhow, let's save her here. And hopefully something else will basically happen next episode. And it's not like, you know, Quagmire, so to speak.